events in the Quad Cities regional area. And Freedom House? What else do you do?
I think that's a wonderful start for my obituary. Hey, wait a minute. Where's Keith going? There's no bathrooms.
Just talk amongst yourself.
This is how it goes, Tippy. He gets up, walks around, does the production in the background,
Got
and
it.
relies on me to hopefully keep the guests entertained.
Okay.
So
You forgot to mention
Yeah.
that I work at Best Travel.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
That's okay. I've been a travel agent now for close to 40 years.
Yes.
I got a frog in my throat. I started at Tamron Travel, and that's no longer there. That's now a Walgreens.
Oh.
So progress.
That's right. Actually, just saw a picture of the when the
it's
radio
pretty
station
cool.
was there and all that.
Trent Briggs does a great job with his photo archives. So.
Right. Anyway,
But-
I digress. Didn't
And
mean
me
to.
too. Now I am at Best Travel. Have been. It's going great. Love it.
In a very historic building on State Street as well. You showed me
Yes.
the upstairs of that building
Yeah.
a few months back that they used to, it was a car dealership,
It was a
right?
car dealership.
Where Best Travel is, and they used to have a ramp out back where they used to drive up the
Yeah.
vehicles on display on the second floor of your building.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
It's pretty
That's
cool.
awesome.
pretty interesting. Yeah, so tourism. Let's talk tourism a little bit. So how long have you been in the position with the tourism, or the Explore Henry County organization?
Well, a little over a year and a half now. So I came on board in July, and then we officially launched the brand last October. So now I have the frog in my throat. Goodness. So now we're at a little over a year and a half and going strong. So finally getting some history and learning the lessons the first year, and looking forward to our second full year.
Yeah. So maybe you could talk to us a little bit about what drove the Bureau or Explore
Yeah.
Henry County to get started, and kind of what the goal is of bringing together all the communities in Henry County.
Yeah, we wanted to pull together as many communities as we could. So we have 11 participating communities throughout Henry County that banded together and wanted to take a regional approach to tourism. So that way we could attract the most amount of visitors to the area. So that way if nothing's happening in one community one weekend, but something's happening in somewhere else, but they could still, let's say, have dinner at the Purple Onion in Anawan, but come to State Street Market and stay in Geneseo for the weekend, but just go around and explore, hence Explore Henry County. And then there's so many live music venues throughout the county, but a lot of them are in the smaller communities where they don't have bed and breakfasts or inns and hotels, that then they need to stay somewhere else or gas up somewhere else or eat somewhere else. But the live music is in one community, and this way we get people exploring the different ones. And just the old saying of high tide rises all boats and stuff like that, there's a lot that we can share and work off from each other.
So tell us about some of the strategies that Explore Henry County has been using to get the word out there, to promote the county as a whole, and the different strategies you're working on.
Yeah, so we have our website that's going strong. We have the biggest component of our website is our event calendar that we keep updated with all of the different events, everything from small events that are for 20 people all the way up to the community-wide events like State Street Market, Thrill on the Hill, things like that specifically go on in Geneseo, as well as the other ones from our other communities. And then we have our visitor guide, which is in the visitor centers throughout the state, as well as our event guide that we distribute more regionally and locally here and in the Quad Cities. And then we also have commercial spots and digital advertising. Right now, our current markets that we're in are St. Louis, Des Moines, Indianapolis, Chicago, and Minneapolis. And then once our kind of event season ramps up in April and May, we'll start promoting in the Quad Cities and Peoria and Galena and Galesburg to pull people in to our events that are a quick drive.
Yeah. And maybe you can talk a little bit more about that I guess our listeners and people in Geneseo, we're used to having a strong chamber of commerce and focusing on our local events here, but you're able to get the word out about Geneseo. You have a further reach than what Geneseo Chamber does in a lot of respects when you're able to tap into these resources.
Yeah, it's nice having a good relationship with both, because it's kind of a thought that the visitor bureaus, or like Explore Henry County, we go for more of, we look at 50 miles to 250 miles out from the destination is where we like to start promoting to pull people in, because not necessarily just for one event or for a few hours, but we're looking at weekend strong or even longer visits and stuff. And that's why one part of our website is sample itineraries. So we have a sample itinerary on there for a family fun weekend or a couple's getaway, or to explore the history and the culture of the area and stuff. So we have sample things so that people can see that there is enough to entertain them for a whole weekend, which is also why we wanted to take the regional approach, because certain communities necessarily can't contain somebody for 4 to 5 days, but if you include everybody, we can keep their attention longer.
Mm-hmm. So talk to us about what are, in your guys' opinion, we could bring Kippy into this conversation too, what are some of the hidden gems in Henry County that obviously there's events and a lot of great restaurants and all kinds of things, but what are some of the things that people from outside of the area may want to come see that may not realize would be neat to come to Henry County for?
A lot of the outdoor recreation, like people that are here forget just how impactful the Hennepin and how much stuff goes on along the Hennepin Canal, bringing the people up the trails. We actually have several cycling bike paths that go through that people take from like a national route that come and stay the night at the different campgrounds and along the sites along the Hennepin. And we will be working with the Friends of the Hennepin to try to work on different ways to capture them and bring them in town, so that way if they're wanting to eat in an actual restaurant instead of staying along the bike path and stuff, as well as the state park just north of Kewanee. Lots of recreation there, campgrounds there, the lake and everything that's there, as well as it's surprising to a lot of people how many different live music venues we have around. If you include, we have Music Fest here. We just have our new stage up at Richmond Hill here and everything, as well as there's music at Geneseo Brewing Company and everything. But in the different communities, Cambridge has a lot, Galva has a lot, Bishop Hill does a lot of live music, as well as Kewanee throughout the summer, everything. So that surprises a lot of people how much live music there is throughout the area, throughout the year.
But there's also probably several architectural tours that you can take, along with our farming background here in Henry County being so strong. There are those kinds of tours that you can take to, school kids can go and visit a farm. We have farm-to-table dinners. So there's some unique items that can be planned to bring people from the big cities down here and enjoy the quiet and calm that we have to offer.
How about you, Brooklyn? What are your favorite things about Henry County, or your favorite events? You got to talk right in.
All right. No pressure, Brooklyn.
I'd probably have to say the fall festival is really fun, especially if you are into hanging out with your friends, or you just need to get out somehow. That's a really fun activity.
In Oregon?
Yeah. And also Bishop Hill, like they said, I really liked Bishop Hill when we went there as a field trip for my school. It was really fun. But yeah, that's probably some of my favorite places.
New Geneseo?
In Geneseo.
We're not going to talk about Geneseo. Let's talk Geneseo.
Let's
talk Oregon.
Hey, shout out to our Oregon people as well.
Probably, I'd have to say the Christmas walk. I really liked the Christmas walk. But that's probably the only thing that I really enjoyed.
All right. Sponsored by the City of Geneseo
Go Chargers.
and your Chamber of Commerce.
All right, taking the mic back.
Seeing as this is Explore Henry County, I like your different venues that you went for. I like that.
Very diverse.
Very good.
Right. We're all Henry County brothers and sisters. Right.
All right. Well, thank you, Brooklyn.
Awkward pause. Cut.
Maybe, and this is a good one for you, Kippy, and being the chair of the county. Why is tourism in general vital to the success of the economic conditions of the county?
Good question. First and foremost, obviously, if they're shopping, dining, staying in Henry County, those are dollars that are helping the merchants here in Henry County. The other advantage that sometimes is forgotten is there are tourists coming through, passing through. So anytime they stop for gas, a meal, whatever, that's helping the tax dollars. And it doesn't just help your local community, but it's helping Henry County. We have a public safety tax. That money that is spent on whatever item they're purchasing, of course, is going into a public safety percentage, and that helps all of the communities because we work with the first responders, the police department, the fire departments, in acquiring radios for their community if they need them, so they're in contact with the entire county. It's just that kind of money, but it also, we have a bed tax that you should probably speak to with the staying in not only a hotel, motel, but the B&Bs.
Yep.
And do you happen to know the number of B&Bs in Henry County?
Not throughout all of it. I just have the ones that are that necessarily I communicate with the most that aren't within a specific city limits. But speaking to the economic dollar impact, I mean, in 2024, the economic impact of tourism in the county was a little over $54 million brought in by visitors coming and spending money. 8.7 of that was in our local taxes, local and state taxes. And one other big part that sometimes gets overlooked is the different job creations. There's over 450 jobs geared towards hospitality and tourism within the county that it can impact. And the more that we keep bringing in, the more that will grow. I mean, some of our communities this past year, the amount of restaurants and retail that have gone up in them has increased and everything. So it's nice to see that increase in some of our smaller communities.
But this helps our budget for, putting out our advertising, our pamphlets, our brochures. That bed tax helps that budget. So for Henry County tourism.
Yeah, and it's nice that the Airbnbs are included in that, so that way they're not taking away from our bed and breakfasts and our hotels and everything, that we all just work together in conjunction and can bring in as many visitors as we can.
I will have to say, kind of a side note here, tourism is such an important business in itself for the entire world. It's global. It's not just here, it's everywhere. Being a travel agent, I'm constantly being, asked, I got a brochure from Mackinac Island. People are interested in that. That's what sells. And there's so many, looking in the Caribbean, there are so many of those islands that it's all about tourism. That's what keeps them going. Look at Jamaica. And so when they're hit by hurricanes, it sends a major impact to their livelihood. They're without jobs. They're without, it's important. That's what people, they hear about these different places, destinations, and they want to go. And that's what we're trying to do with Henry County. We have a uniqueness here in this rural area that people don't realize is important.
It's a nice escape from the larger cities for people to come and take a weekend and breathe and not have to deal with the hustle and bustle of some of the larger cities. And we're in the center of a lot of them, so it's a nice location to be in.
Tell us about, Kelly, what if people want to get involved or learn more, or, what businesses could do to contribute to this kind of collaborative cause? What should they do?
Yeah, so there's a information spot on our website that they can message me directly with, as well as on all of the different social media platforms. And We have videos up on our YouTube channel to highlight the different things that are going on, and just reach on out. And there's plenty that we want to stay informed of. If there's a new business, if there's a new restaurant, if there's events coming up, I mean, just let us know and we'll do everything we can to help promote it and get the word out to, because the one thing I hate to hear people say is, oh, well, there's nothing to do around here. And it's like, there's a lot to do. You just need to help get the word out. So
Yeah.
It's called networking. That's what's
Yes.
important.
Yes.
If, our entity here with Henry County Tourism is we're trying to reach out to not just retail, but it's any kind of a business that has something to offer. It doesn't have to be selling anything. They can just be offering an activity. So it's
I
important.
mean, even like the art galleries and stuff, when they have displays and everything, I mean, we have a blog that we can post out there, and it's just the more that people hear about us and the more that they know they can do around here and go see things, then it makes them want to come. So, because they know that there's enough to entertain them for a long time. And part of that networking is going into our second year. We'll be having our first, hopefully annual meeting coming up this spring to get businesses together from throughout the county and come and kind of get a pulse point on where tourism is.
And we're working on activities. It's 250 years for America. So, we at the courthouse have done a lot of renovations. May I put in a plug there? So we are going to be looking at this summer of offering some open houses that people can come and see what's new at the courthouse, look at some of the history, see the gallows. That's always been an interesting thing to see. So, yeah, there's, like I said, it's not just a business, but it's what they have to offer.
Anything else coming up or any announcements that we want to make at this point in time with the?
I mean, we're really excited about our first annual meeting, and then we're putting together our event guide and visitor guide that'll be going out soon. So in the process of collecting the long-running list of all the events that are coming up and compiling those. And so it's really exciting to see how much there is going on and to activate our summer and stuff.
Very good. Very good. Well, what other questions do we have? Brooklyn, anything else you want to ask these two? We got two very successful small business women owners here. And anything that, maybe an aspiring business owner someday yourself, you want to
Oh, what
plug
would she like
anything?
to open?
You got any business ideas for Henry County?
Wow, you're really putting her on the spot today.
Well, my question is, do you have like any words for any young girls out there who might want to start a business like you people have?
Go ahead.
Oh,
I'm
goodness, me
thinking.
first. Well, I was hoping you'd go first so I can.
That was a really good question.
That was. Just never give up. And be open to the different options and be willing to keep an open mind on where it could lead you. Because I thought I knew exactly what I wanted to do going into college, and I majored in what I wanted, and I actually surprisingly got a job in the field that I wanted to and everything. But once I got there, I learned all of the different routes that could take me. And then, when I was laid off, because of COVID, I had to rethink everything and turned it 180 and came back to Geneseo and opened up my own shop because that's, and I had this small little idea in the back of my head that never went away, and it bloomed into Caffeine and Carbs. So just be open to all the different possibilities. Don't get so narrow, so focused on just one thing that other things could pass up. That would be mine.
I would say choose something you enjoy
yes.
so it doesn't become just a job, but it's something you truly believe in. But don't be afraid to ask people for advice, for help. There's a lot of people out there that have a lot of good knowledge. Our older senior citizens have done these kinds of things, and so, it's a different world, I get it. But sometimes the basics, going back to basics, is a good start. What would you like to open? What do you like to do?
Me personally, I don't want to open a business.
Well, we really sold them, didn't we?
Nice job.
Nice segue.
Stay open-minded.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
I want to go to law school, actually.
Oh, you want to be an attorney?
Yeah.
Okay.
May
So-
need to find you later.
All right.
That
well,
would've
I'll
been
be
way
open
too-
if you need me.
She's got her shingle out now.
We'll have to bring her on someday when we have the city attorney on the program.
There you go. Okay, there you
Oh,
go.
that's
Oh, yeah, that's exciting.
No,
She
Brooklyn.
doesn't want us here. You
Ah,
good
caffeine
yet.
and
Come
carbs
on.
and best travel.
Oh, yeah.
Well, someday everybody needs an attorney because you
Yeah.
need an attorney to be able to open a business. So I get it.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, it's a good idea at least to have some legal advice. Had we known before we came on here, we'd have asked about the bathrooms, but I'm over it.
Yeah.
We still got
Okay.
time.
We have plenty of time, right,
Yeah,
Brandon?
we don't have anywhere to
Oh,
go.
You have nothing
Yeah.
going on?
No, nothing at all.
All right. Well, with that, though, we should probably start wrapping it up here. Still
Yeah,
12
sounds
below
good.
zero, by the way.
12
Oh,
below.
geez.
12 below zero.
Oh,
You know, it says a lot about us for tourism to come out on such a cold day because we truly believe in this.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
and we appreciate the residents of Henry County for all they do. Everybody has a hand in this.
We're tough,
That's
We're
right.
tough. We are Midwesterners through and through.
right?
Well, any quick city things, Brandon? We should
Yeah.
quick cover.
We should probably mention that the police department announced it on their Facebook page. The city shared it, but the community center and Hammond Henry Hospital will act as warming centers for anybody that needs it during this cold snap, which is going to look like it's going to run through at least Sunday morning now with the very cold temps. So call the police department, call the community center, call Hammond Henry Hospital if somebody does need a place to go, if you're in need of that or having trouble at home with your heat or your furnace. Those things do come up. So public spaces will be available for that. We should mention, too, that, we do have a council meeting coming up on Tuesday, the 27th. That's this upcoming Tuesday. One of the big projects that we're constantly talking about with community members and at the city council is the North State Street project. That has been announced that contractor will start to stage on March 9th. That's going to be here before you know it. That's from Wells to Ogden, getting us all the way up here to the high school with the complete reconstruction and underground infrastructure of State Street here in Geneseo. So we're looking forward to getting that started. We will be sending out letters to all of the residents that live from Wells to the high school on State Street that will be impacted by the project. We'll have a neighborhood meeting with the contractor and the engineer on the project and city staff. Anybody that wants to attend that, that's going to have impact. We're doing everything we can with engineering and the contractor to minimize impact, but there will be challenges and things as that project moves forward. But looks like we're going to be able to do it all in 1 year. Originally, was planned for a 2-year stretch, 26 and 27. Talked to the council about that, and the contractor can get it done in 1 year. So we think that consolidating down and let's just get it done this year in 2026 will be best for everybody instead of stretching it out. So there's your North State Street update.
All right. Well, and with that, we will pull the plug on this again because somebody needs to get to a meeting, so we don't want to run long this morning. Okay. But Brooklyn, very nice to have you here. You always you're welcome anytime, and best of everything and future endeavors and all that. Probably, I'm sure someday I may be calling you for representation.
May I ask, did Brandon this morning go over and get you at like 6 a.m.? I mean, that's pretty cool.
No, I spent the night at my aunt's house. And, yeah.
Fun times. Mm-hmm. Did you get your, pizza from Danny Boy's or wherever your favorite pizza place is?
No, I didn't, actually.
She hasn't been fed.
She hasn't been fed. You could get ice cream. You don't have to worry about it melting.
But yeah, it was wonderful to be on here. Actually, it was really fun. I really liked it. Bring me back on when you're that city attorney, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do.
On that, we're bound.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Brooklyn.
There you
Peace
go.
out.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you for Kippy for being here. A very lively show on this cold morning. A lot of fun.
Yes, there you go. And Brandon, always a pleasure. And to all our listeners and viewers, thanks for tuning in for this edition of Let's Talk Geneseo. And you're listening to WGRG 100.5 FM in Geneseo. Have a great weekend.
My